For more than 4,500 years, the pyramids of Egypt have stood above the desert landscape, witnessing the rise and fall of countless civilizations. They are among humanity's greatest architectural achievements, monuments built from millions of stones, created by a civilization that existed thousands of years before modern engineering. Every year, millions of visitors travel to Egypt to see them. But even after centuries of research, the pyramids continue to raise fascinating questions. How did ancient Egyptian builders create structures of such enormous scale and precision? How were massive limestone and granite blocks transported and positioned? How did they align these monuments so accurately with the directions of the earth? And what secrets might still remain hidden within their ancient walls? Today, we will travel back more than 4 millennia to explore the true story of the Egyptian pyramids, their origins, their construction, their mysteries, and the remarkable civilization that created them. Because the greatest mystery of the pyramids may not be how impossible they seem. It may be how much ancient humans were truly capable of achieving. The story of the pyramids begins in ancient Egypt, a civilization shaped by one of the world's most important rivers, the Nile. For thousands of years, the Nile provided water, fertile soil, transportation, and the foundation for Egyptian society. By around 3000 BC, Egypt had developed into a powerful kingdom with organized government, complex religious beliefs, skilled craftsmen, and advanced knowledge of mathematics and astronomy. One of the central beliefs of ancient Egyptian culture was the idea of life after death. The Egyptians believed that death was not the end of existence, but a transition into another form of life. For kings, known as pharaohs, this journey was especially important. The pharaoh was not simply a political ruler. He was believed to have a special connection with the divine world and was responsible for maintaining order between humans and the gods. Because of these beliefs, Egyptians created elaborate burial traditions designed to protect the body of the ruler and provide everything needed for the afterlife. Before pyramids existed, Egyptian rulers were buried in structures called mastabas. These were rectangular tombs with underground burial chambers. Over time, Egyptian architects began experimenting with larger and more complex designs. One of the most important moments in architectural history came with the construction of the Step Pyramid of Djoser at Saqqara, built during the 3rd dynasty, around the 27th century BC. This monument represented a revolutionary change. Traditionally, it has been associated with the royal official and architect Imhotep, although the exact details of his role remain part of historical discussion. The Step Pyramid was the first large-scale Egyptian monument built primarily from stone. It transformed the possibilities of architecture. But this was only the beginning. The Egyptians would soon attempt something even more ambitious, a perfectly shaped pyramid reaching toward the sky. Among all the pyramids of Egypt, one monument has become the ultimate symbol of human ambition: the Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu. Around the 26th century BC, this enormous structure became the largest pyramid ever constructed in ancient Egypt. When it was completed, the Great Pyramid reached an original height of approximately 146 meters. For thousands of years, it remained one of the tallest human-made structures in the world. But the pyramid we see today is different from the one ancient Egyptians knew. Originally, its surface was covered with smooth white limestone casing stones. When sunlight reflected from these polished stones, the pyramid would have appeared like a giant shining mountain rising from the desert. The scale of the project is difficult to imagine. The Great Pyramid contains an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks. Most of these blocks were made from limestone extracted from nearby quarries. However, some of the most important internal chambers contain granite transported from Aswan, located hundreds of kilometers to the south. Some granite blocks used in the pyramid weigh many tons, creating one of the greatest transportation challenges of the ancient world. Yet perhaps the most impressive achievement is not only the size of the pyramid, but its precision. The 4 sides of the Great Pyramid are aligned remarkably closely with the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. Its builders achieved this accuracy without modern surveying equipment, satellites, or computers. So how did they do it? Researchers believe the answer was a combination of careful observation, mathematical knowledge, astronomical techniques, and advanced organization. Ancient Egyptian builders understood measurement, geometry, and practical engineering. They used tools available at the time, including simple surveying instruments, copper tools, wooden sledges, ramps, and enormous human effort. Although many details of the construction process remain debated, one thing is clear: the Great Pyramid was not created by mystery or magic. It was created by knowledge, planning, and the extraordinary ability of thousands of people working toward a shared goal. For centuries, people have asked one of the greatest questions in archaeology: how did ancient Egyptians build pyramids of such enormous size without modern machinery? The answer lies not in lost technology, but in organization, experience, and human skill. The ancient Egyptians were highly capable engineers. They understood geometry, construction techniques, and the importance of careful planning. The limestone blocks used in pyramid construction were shaped using tools made primarily from copper and harder stones. Workers then transported these blocks using wooden sledges. Some experimental studies suggest that adding water to dry sand in front of a sled could reduce friction and make heavy loads easier to move. However, researchers continue to study exactly how different transportation methods were used at various stages of construction. Moving the stones was only one challenge. Another was lifting and positioning them accurately. Archaeologists have proposed several possible methods, including different types of ramps and lifting techniques. There is still debate about the exact design of these systems, because no complete construction blueprint from the pyramid age has survived. But the evidence shows that the project required extraordinary organization. The people who built the pyramids were not simply a random group of workers. Archaeological discoveries near the pyramids reveal organized settlements where workers lived. These communities contained evidence of food production, medical treatment, housing, and administration. Many historians believe that a large portion of the workforce consisted of skilled laborers, craftsmen, engineers, and seasonal workers who contributed during periods when agricultural work was limited by the annual flooding of the Nile. The image of thousands of enslaved people building the pyramids comes largely from later stories and popular culture. Modern archaeological evidence suggests a much more complex reality. Building a pyramid required an entire society to cooperate. Farmers, stoneworkers, transport workers, administrators, and craftsmen all played a role. The pyramid was not just a tomb. It was a national project that demonstrated the power, organization, and beliefs of ancient Egypt. For thousands of years, the pyramids seemed to reveal their secrets slowly. But modern science has introduced new ways to explore these ancient monuments without damaging them. Today, researchers use advanced technologies such as 3D imaging, digital modeling, and muon detection. Muon particles naturally pass through matter and can help scientists identify areas of different density inside large structures. Using these techniques, researchers have discovered previously unknown spaces within the Great Pyramid. One of the most significant discoveries was a large internal void identified above the Grand Gallery. Scientists have also detected a corridor-like structure near the northern face of the pyramid. However, these discoveries do not automatically mean hidden treasure chambers or lost rooms. Researchers are still investigating their purpose. Were these spaces part of the pyramid's structural design? Were they created to reduce pressure on important chambers? Or did they have a symbolic or religious purpose? At the moment, there are more questions than answers. And that is exactly what makes the pyramids so fascinating. They are not mysterious because we know nothing about them. They are mysterious because even after thousands of years of study, they continue to reveal new information. Every discovery adds another piece to the story of ancient Egypt. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Egyptian pyramids is their connection with the sky. Ancient Egyptians carefully observed the movement of the sun, the moon, and the stars. Astronomy was deeply connected to their religion, agriculture, and understanding of time. The annual flooding of the Nile, which was essential for Egyptian life, was closely connected to their observations of natural cycles. For ancient Egyptians, the sky was not just a collection of distant lights. It was a sacred space connected to the gods, eternity, and the journey of the soul after death. Inside the Great Pyramid, several narrow shafts extend outward from the inner chambers. For many years, researchers have debated their purpose. Some scholars believe these shafts had symbolic religious meanings, possibly representing pathways connecting the pharaoh with the heavens. Others have suggested that their alignment with certain areas of the sky may have had astronomical significance. However, the exact purpose of these shafts is still not completely understood. Some popular theories claim that the arrangement of the Giza pyramids was designed to represent the Orion constellation. This idea has attracted worldwide attention, but it remains a debated interpretation rather than an established archaeological fact. What we can say with confidence is that the ancient Egyptians looked carefully at the heavens. Their monuments reflected a civilization that saw a deep connection between Earth, the cosmos, and human existence. The pyramids were not only places of burial. They were also expressions of belief, mathematics, and humanity's desire to understand the universe. Throughout history, the pyramids have inspired countless stories and theories. Their enormous size and incredible precision have caused many people to wonder, could ancient humans really have built something so advanced? Some theories claim that the pyramids were created with the help of unknown civilizations or lost technologies. These ideas are popular because the pyramids seem almost beyond imagination. But archaeological evidence tells a different and even more remarkable story. The ancient Egyptians did not need advanced technology from another civilization. They achieved their goals through knowledge, experimentation, organization, and generations of accumulated experience. The construction of the pyramids was possible because ancient Egypt had developed a highly organized society. They had skilled craftsmen, administrators, architects, and workers who could coordinate enormous projects. The true story of the pyramids is not less impressive because humans built them. It is far more impressive. Thousands of years ago, people with simple tools but extraordinary determination looked at massive stones and imagined structures that would survive for thousands of years. And they succeeded. The pyramids are proof that human achievement does not depend only on advanced machines. It depends on knowledge, cooperation, creativity, and the ability to pursue a vision across generations. The pyramids have survived for more than 4,000 years. They have witnessed the rise and fall of kingdoms, changes in religion, the development of new technologies, and the transformation of the world around them. Yet they remain standing, silent, powerful, unfinished questions carved into stone. Every block carries a story. Every chamber raises new possibilities. Every archaeological discovery brings us closer to understanding the people who created these extraordinary monuments. The pyramids remind us that humanity has always searched for something greater. We have always looked toward the sky and wondered about our place in the universe. The ancient Egyptians transformed those questions into architecture. They turned their beliefs, knowledge, and ambitions into monuments that could survive beyond their own lifetime. Perhaps the greatest mystery of the pyramids is not simply how they were built. Perhaps the greatest mystery is what they reveal about humanity itself. They reveal our curiosity, our imagination, and our endless desire to create something that will outlast us. The pyramids are not just monuments of the past. They are messages from history, messages carved in stone, waiting for future generations to discover them. Don't forget to subscribe for more.